Next, so I almost took away your claps there. Okay, next Clyde Outlaw.
First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Juneteenth. That's June 19, 1863, when the Union Army broke through the Confederate lines in Brownsville, Texas, and let every slave in the geographical area know that there was this document called the Emancipation Proclamation. This was the first time in 6 months after that thing was originally written that black people actually found out. That's how intensely the whiteout was. Anyway, a happy Juneteenth, and I'm going to read some poems in celebration of that. First poem is called To Don Xiao Bang and His Gang of Warlords, and it's written for all those who died or suffered at the hands of Maoism. It's as though you think that 5,000 years of struggle can be obliterated by murder, canceled by jailing, forgotten by forcing people by the millions to lie about themselves and pretend that they never experienced what you just put them through. It's as though you forget that better than you have tried before to beat and chase away the needs of the people. It's as though you defy the verdict of history's red dawn and cry foul at the withdrawal of the mandate of heaven. It's as though you insist that madness before destruction by the gods is only to be found in a Western tradition, or better still, a Western movie where people like you wear Jimmy Carter gift Texas cowboy hats, the kind given you shortly before the Vietnamese reminded you of the true meaning of the word showdown. It's as though you've forgotten the true sound of one line of bullshit talking to itself. It's as though you betrayed your own history of asking this question while being caned by masters long dead, long gone. It's as though you've yet to face those who know what to do with the politically correct whom they meet on the road. This is a poem for a woman who writes poetry and does creative writing who I met recently. If you know who she is after I read it, don't tell her. It's called Exhortation. Write and tell the story of the 10 million sisters who died at the hands of those who couldn't stand their ways of healing and loving, nurturing and healing. Write and tell the story of women, real and imagined, who knew how to be passionate for those who only knew how to be classical cases of manhood. Write and tell the story of how it's all right to tell the truth, that sisterhood is powerful only when the truth is told of sisterhood's humanity. Write and tell the story of the high stakes that need not become devalued, of the victories that need not be celebrated with beverage and food, leaving bitter tastes to be savored in full by all those who come after us. The final poem I'm going to read was written by E.B. White, and it's called I Paint What I See, and it's about a confrontation between Diego Rivera, the mural painter, and Nelson Rockefeller. Seems Diego was commissioned to do a mural in one of the big buildings in New York, and there was some problems. So it's called I Paint What I See, a ballad of artistic integrity. What do you paint when you paint a wall? Said John Dee's grandson Nelson. Do you paint just anything there at all? Will there be any doves or a tree in fall, or a hunting scene like an English hall? I paint what I see, said Rivera. What are the colors you use when you paint, said John Dee's grandson Nelson. Do you use any red in the beard of a saint? If you do, is it terribly red or faint? Do you use any blue? Is it Prussian? I paint what I paint, said Rivera. Whose is that head that I see on my wall? Said John Dee's grandson Nelson. Is it anyone's head whom we know at all? A Rensselaer or a Saltonstall? Is it Franklin D? Is it Mordenthal? Or is it the head of a Russian? I paint what I think, said Rivera. I paint what I paint what I see, I paint what I think, said Rivera. And the thing that is dearest in life to me in a bourgeois hall is integrity. However, I'll take out a couple of people drinking and put in a picture of Abraham Lincoln. I could even give you McCormick's Reaper and still not make my art much cheaper. But the head of Lenin has got to stay, or my friends will give me the bird today, the bird forever. It's not good taste in a man like me, said John Dee's grandson Nelson, to question an artist's integrity or mention a practical thing like a thief. But I know what I like to a large degree, though art I hate to hamper. For 21,000 conservative bucks, you painted a radical. I said, shucks. I could never rent me the offices, the capitalistic offices. For this, as you know, is a public hall, and people want doves or a tree in fall. And though your art I dislike to hamper, I owe a little to God and Grandpa. And after all, it's my wall. We'll see if it is, said Rivera. Thank you. And back on to
Impassioned work from Gary Hicks.